All right, well, let's get started, and those who join can get caught up as we go through. But I'd like to just say, good afternoon and welcome to the 2024 virtual annual business meeting. And just a big thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us for important updates regarding your association. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Brian Perkins. I'm president of Provisor Technologies, and I'm the chairman of the board of your association. So we're going to dive right into the slides, and let's go. So as you know, this annual meeting has traditionally taken place live at the FPSA March annual conference. But in an effort to expand our reach and share important information with a greater membership, beginning today, we will hold this meeting online. And the idea is that all members are invited to participate. So again, we get broader reach. Certainly, if you have any questions or comments as we go forward, please feel free to submit them in the chat box. And so with that being said, I think we have a quorum present. So I call to order the 2024 annual business meeting. There's supposed to be a big gavel bang there. Virtual gavel bang. Anyway, I'd like to start out this meeting with a quote from noted author and speaker and educator, Stephen Covey. And Stephen Covey stated, "Your most important work is always ahead of you, never behind you." And I've chosen this quote because I believe that no matter how successful our results have been to date, we need to always keep looking ahead, to plan, to innovate, and to change, in order not only to keep pace with this dynamic industry, but to solidify our position as a critical resource that helps feed the ever-growing world. As an equipment manufacturer, I understand how that directly applies to me and my company. Perhaps more importantly, I'm referring to all of us within the association and the many things we can achieve together that help us meet these goals. During today's report, I will highlight some of the things we have accomplished over the past year, but far more importantly is where we're going and how each of us can get more involved for the greater good of our association and our industry. Along those lines, I will be happy to share with you some of the dramatic changes FPSA leadership is instituting to strengthen our position as a platform that unites suppliers and end users. Now on to association business. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes from last year's annual business meeting. These were sent to you ahead of this call. May I have a motion to approve these minutes?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
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 All in favor, indicate aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
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 Okay, the motion carries. Thank you very much. Now for the next order of business, I would like to recognize the board of directors for their tireless work for FPSA. Your association is governed by a very talented and committed board of directors who dedicate significant time and energy to ensure that the FPSA business is conducted in a really professional and successful manner. But before I highlight the current board, I'd like you to join me in recognizing 4 individuals who are stepping down next month at the conclusion of their terms. These are Martin Lutz, Bob Price, Kate Rome, and Tony Graves. Martin Lutz has led the Dairy Council as chair for 4 years. During Martin's tenure, the Dairy Council successfully launched the Imbordino Dairy Science Scholarship Program, which continues to grow every year, assisting college students in the dairy field to realize their dreams of a degree in this important segment and ultimately a career. In recognition of Martin's service, we have provided him with a remembrance of his time and devotion to the association that we sent him before this meeting. Next, I would like to recognize Bob Price, who is stepping down as chair of the Dairy Council after completing his 3-year term. Bob has been active in supporting the networks on the Dairy Council and has also served as a judge for the Imbordino Scholarship Program. Also stepping down from her position as MISA chair is Kate Roan. To date, Kay has displayed exemplary leadership in the association, serving as the chair of the inaugural Women's Alliance Network and rising in the ranks of MISA to the chair position. In doing so, Kate not only successfully led both groups to new levels of engagement, but also brought a valuable new perspective to the board. Further, we are privileged that Kate is part of the association's executive committee. Last but not least, Tony Graves is stepping down as Bakery Council chair after 6 years of service. Excuse me. Tony successfully led the council and spearheaded 2 different production lines, attracting numerous customers to Process Expo. To the 4 of you, thank you for both your commitment and contribution to the associations and for your efforts to help lead FPSA forward. We could not do it without the steady guidance and leadership that you have provided. Speaking of leadership and guidance, one group I would like to highlight belongs to our networks. As you will recall, we introduced our network structure 6 years ago with the goal of creating new platforms for substantive engagement within the association and to address issues that are important to all of us. I'm proud to say that the FPSA networks have made a tremendous amount of progress in this time, engaging a multitude of projects that add value to the membership by sharing the lessons learned on a variety of issues with councils, other networks, and the membership at large. Our networks have a dedicated pool of volunteers who are guided by the network leadership team, which I would like to recognize here. They have done an excellent job in charting a path for these 6 distinct groups. The network's leadership team is chaired by Brian Crumsey of Hampton and includes the leaders of each of the networks. Thanks to the collaboration of the members of the leadership team, the networks are leveraging their expertise more effectively carry out the goal of developing content for FPSA members. Be it white papers, webinars, educational sessions at Process Expo or the annual conference, mentor circles, happy hours, book clubs, mock interviews, or podcasts, the networks continue to address critical issues in a variety of platforms that serve to inform the membership on a regular basis. In 2023, we expanded the scope of the networks by adding a new design build network for this key segment of our membership, and to leverage their unique experience and expertise in being able, for the further good of the association. Looking ahead, our networks will continue to develop critical content for the good of FPSA and its members. And really, I highly encourage all members to consider getting engaged so that you or your colleagues can be on the cutting edge of the issues that these groups are addressing. Now, before we look ahead at what your association is focusing on, I would be remiss if I did not highlight some of the important achievements that we have achieved over the past year. I'd like to begin with our signature event, Process Expo. As you know, that took place in October, and last year's show delivered thousands of qualified buyers from across the food industry, drawn by a variety of processing and packaging technologies that our exhibitors had on display. In addition, the show featured some of our most ambitious production lines to date, bringing together over 30 company members who work together to produce pet treats, empanadas, and sliced bacon. Just in case you didn't have time to attend one of the demonstrations, I'd like to show you some highlights. Great, thank you. I mean, this is really impressive. We continue to be the only show in the industry that builds these lines and runs them with actual ingredients. And, it proves to be a popular attraction that draws more than half of all of its attendees to at least one of the demonstrations during their stay at the show. To all of the companies that participated in these lines last year, I say a big thank you for your commitment to showing the latest technologies. And really, I think something that's super important for our association is being able to come together and show what this industry can do. Given the repeated success of our production line program, FPSA's councils are already beginning discussions about what we will build for the 2025 show and look forward to setting the bar even higher. You can expect an announcement later this year on next year's lines and what you should do if you wish to participate. Another important activity that brought more end users to Process Expo was the educational program, Food for Thought. This program includes the most extensive sessions we have ever produced, and perhaps even more importantly, it featured some of the highest quality content we have ever delivered, with topics covering automation, green energy, cybersecurity, robotics, cannabis, and predictive maintenance, just to name a few. Last year's Process Expo brought together an outstanding collection of subject matter experts with the goal of helping processors increase and improve their production. To many members who helped provide this expertise, I also want to say a big thank you, as these educational sessions are one of the most important reasons that industry professionals decide to attend the show. One other highlight from the 2023 show that I would like to call out is the Women's Alliance Breakfast. This was the largest gathering we have had that we've ever held for this event, thanks in a large part to the exceptional keynote speaker in Nicole Mikowski of Mikowski's Real Sausage Company. Nicole provided a unique and inspirational presentation on the challenges of taking over a family-run business and successfully growing it in today's competitive environment. I think everyone who's there would agree that this was perhaps the best speaker yet. Also included on the program of the Women's Alliance Breakfast was the biennial awards of the Red Circle Honors. This initiative from the Women's Alliance has done a great job in recognizing women for their achievements in our industry. The Red Circle Honors also provides an award to one company and to one male ally for their roles in actively supporting and developing women's careers at their companies. On your screen, you should be able to see the 2023 honorees. Congratulations to all of you and to the Women's Alliance for developing this important program. As we move forward and look ahead to next year's show, the leadership of your association is excited about the changes that are forthcoming and that will provide enhancements to the show. I'm sure by now that you're all aware that the name Process Expo is being replaced with the Equipment Automation Technology Show for Food and Beverage, or EATS. This evolution of our show is much more than just a name change. Next year's EATS will feature more show floor activities that create additional avenues for engagement and learning. Not only will EATS spotlight bellwether OEMs in our traditional industry segments, but we are also expanding to make a home for confectioners and cannabis processors, and creating new lead generation opportunities for all of us, thanks to the cross-pollination of technologies that the food industry is so famous for. Let's take a look.
A journey that started in 2010 went on to become the nation's renowned trade show dedicated to bringing the latest technology and integrated solutions to all segments of the food and beverage processing and packing industry. 8 successful editions, expansive exhibit halls, attracting thousands of buyers. One extraordinary platform, a platform that's now ready to evolve, modernize, create new experiences. It's time to realign, reimagine, reinvent. Introducing
The Equipment Automation Technology Show for Food and Beverage.
With the name change, we're also modernizing the concept. First of all, we're going to focus on 8 industry sectors. Second of all, we're going to expand on the interactive areas that you can find on the show floor, be it demos, tastings, and other experiences. Thirdly, we're going to build a program that is capture future industry trends. Messe Frankfurt organizes and produces many shows around the world with a focus on the equipment and technology side within the food and beverage industry, such as IFA, Technofida, Meet Pro Asia, and others. We strive to build strong industry partnerships on all levels.
Multivac has been a longtime supporter and exhibitor at Process Expo. It is the tremendous access and availability to high-level decision makers that brings us back to Process Expo every time. We look forward to the Equipment and Technology Show for the food and beverage industry that will sustainably advance those industries and ultimately help us grow our business.
Trade shows and Horizon are a very important part of our business. Going forward, we will be fully committed to bringing our food product specialists, our technologists to the show to bring value to your visit. We will be taking a booth that will be equipped with our latest technologies in packaging and processing. East 2025, we hope, will be a tremendous success, and we look forward to greeting you in the future.
With features like the Women's Alliance Breakfast, the Defeat Hunger campaign, and the Career Development Center, the support extended to the industry makes it obvious that this event is just as much about genuine in-person human connection as it is about showcasing new food and beverage technologies. Creating Eats is the next stage in the evolution of that vision and of our show. Speaking for both FPSA and as an exhibitor, we are thrilled about the launch of Eats.
Our vision is clear: technology, connections, education. See you at Eats 2025, right here in Chicago.
Great, thank you very much. I'm not sure what's weirder in that video. All the masks now are starting to look a little strange, or some of the actors. But there you have it. Despite all that, I really, if you haven't done so, please make sure that you do sign up for Eats 25. There's still good spaces available, and I encourage you to do that as soon as possible. It should be a really great event. The exhibit sales campaign is now live. Please join your fellow members in showing the latest technology and helping strengthen Eats' position as the top technical resource in our industry. Another highlight from 2023 is the giving back efforts that our councils continue to spearhead. In 2023, these efforts continue to grow and create new opportunities for our industry. From scholarships in meat and dairy, to support for veterans suffering PTSD, from helping to hire and train people in underserved communities, to providing clean water in American homes, and finally, in providing resources that help conduct research in universities' food science departments. Our councils continue to make a tremendous impact in support of our industry and the people within it. These giving back efforts not only provide valuable assistance to our community, but also help set FPSA apart from other associate organizations. And as for this, I wish to thank our councils and members that have contributed to the FPSA auction. It is your efforts that make all of this possible. Before moving on to talk about the exciting happenings of this year, I'd like to wrap up 2023 with a brief discussion of our bundled membership benefits. Beginning last year, we packaged many of the benefits into your membership. To make it easier for members to access, instead of charging members a la carte for these products and services, all member companies were given access to these programs without an additional charge. As a result, members are getting more for their membership investment with programs that provide market intelligence, training, and cost savings programs for goods and services that we all use. On the screen right now, you can see that the programs you have access to as an FPSA member. I encourage you to take advantage of these programs and to spread the word within your companies. If you have any questions about these programs, please reach out to the FPSA staff for more information. And now let's change our focus and move on to 2024. If you will recall, I started this meeting with a Stephen Covey quote, "Your most important work is always ahead of you, never behind you." That is especially true this year. Your board has worked diligently to look at your association and plot a new strategy and pathway to create even more value and opportunities to meet face-to-face with our customers. Next month, we'll be hosting the FPSA Executive Exchange and Conference at the beautiful Renaissance Esmeralda in Indian Wells, California. And whoever said earlier that they were looking forward to getting back to Florida, I'm looking forward to getting to California in the next month, to get out of Chicago for a bit. Anyway, but formerly known as the FPSA Annual Conference, we have changed more than just the name of this great event. We have changed the focus. First, the educational content has been changed to address the critical issues in our industry, like those that you see on the screen right now. And it's just not the topics that have changed. For this year's conference, we have recruited a variety of speakers from prominent food processing companies to provide a customer's point of view about these critical issues. As equipment manufacturers, we have a good understanding of these topics, but far too often that comes from our own perspective, which might differ from the way our customers see them. By listening to our customers and hearing how they happen to perceive these issues, we are better prepared to partner with them and to find solutions to their problems. And lastly, we are confident that this significant change will ultimately draw more processors to the conference, creating even more networking opportunities with the customer base, and thus making the executive exchange a truly must-attend event. Now, if you haven't signed up to attend the conference, there's still time to do so. I encourage you to go online today and register to join what we know is going to be an excellent event with a great group of people. And I look forward to seeing you there. And one final note regarding the spring conference, we will once again be hosting the FPSA charity auction, which funds all of the giving back activities that our councils are so committed to. In fact, as our friend James Cunningham points out, there is still plenty of time to donate items for the auction.
Hey everybody, it's your good friend James Cunningham here. I am so excited to be returning once again for the 2024 FPSA charity auction. I don't know what it's like in your neck of the woods, but where I am, woo, it is cold. So I am really looking forward to heading down to the Renaissance Esmeralda Resort and Spa March 26th and 28th. Every year, literally, it gets better and better as we gather to laugh and raise a lot of money for these great charities. But as you know, in order to raise that money, we need your help with those incredible donations of auction items. You guys always come through. Our auction deadline this year is March 4th, and that's rapidly approaching, so please get them in ASAP. Head on over to www.fpsa.org/auction and donate today. So we'll see y'all down in California, March 26th. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got to go help shovel out the Bills Stadium. $20 an hour, can't beat it.
All right. Well, as you can see from our friend James Cunningham, it's always a whole lot of fun, and it's a great event for such a worthy, well, several worthy causes. So please, we really hope you can join us, and certainly we would be very happy if you could contribute something to the auction. It's a great event. Okay, now moving on, the change in focus of the spring conference is just one example of the strategic shift in direction that your board of directors has committed to as we look forward toward the future. FPSA staff is now tasked with creating additional products and services that not only add value to membership, but also refocuses the mission of our association. In short, FPSA will transition from being a trade show organizer to a true trade association that develops content and new opportunities for engagement. We are now even more focused on the value that we can bring our members. With this in mind, we are working on a new initiative that will help us to be more inclusive and better define who we are today and who we will be in the future. This will be announced at next month's conference, so I certainly hope that you will be in attendance. As a result of this initiative, the board voted to temporarily suspend Article 8 of the association's bylaws to allow members of the executive committee to remain in their current positions through the 2025 executive exchange, at which time a new slate of officers will be presented to the membership at the 2025 annual business meeting. I would like to recognize the volunteer membership of your association. On the screen, you can see the members of the executive committee, and I would like to personally thank each one of them for their dedication and service to the association. Also up on the screen are members of the 2024 Board of Directors. Each of these individuals serves a leadership role and helps shape the direction of your association. On behalf of the membership, thank you for all the time and effort you give to FPSA. Speaking of leadership, I have one more change that I need to announce. After nearly 15 years of dedicated service, FPSA President and CEO David Seckman is stepping down from his current position and transitioning over to focus entirely on our FIT program. We are in the process of hiring a new executive director, which we hope to be able to announce soon. David has been a steadfast leader since joining FPSA in 2009 and has done an outstanding job to get us to where we are today. Our new executive director will certainly have very big shoes to fill. But the board is confident that together we will be up to the task of transforming FPSA into an association that better serves the membership moving forward. I know that much of this may come as a surprise to you. More details of this exciting new direction and changes will be presented during the welcome breakfast at the Executive Exchange next month. I ask all of you if you could be there in person to learn more. All that said, one change that I don't wish to wait until the conference to share with you is regarding the fall conference. As I'm sure you're aware, we've been holding a full sales conference in the non-show year since 2012. We've had some great speakers, and over the years, we're very proud of the education that we've presented. But in coordination with the membership committee and the FPSA's board of directors, we have decided it's time to take a break from this topic. And similar to the new direction of our spring conference, focus on operational topics that give processors yet one more reason to get engaged with this association and its members. In September of this year, we'll be hosting the FPSA Fall Ops Conference, taking place in Kansas City. This conference will focus on key issues for suppliers and customers alike. At this stage, we're still building the program and with the help of several of our networks, but you can expect to see much more about this great event in coming months. Next, let me provide you with a brief overview of the association's financials. As you can see from the slides, the assets of your association continue to maintain its strong financial position. I am confident that with the changes we have made, and we will continue to investigate, that our best days are ahead of us. I encourage you to get more involved, be it on the councils, committees, or networks, so that you can have input into the direction of FPSA. Now, before I conclude this virtual annual business meeting, I'd like to also provide you with an update on the FPSA Foundation. To refresh your memory, our foundation, which was created in 1983, is dedicated to promoting education and research within the food industry. Like the association, the foundation board is governed by members who unselfishly dedicate time and energy to ensuring that our assets are secured, and who plan and oversee our giving back efforts. The mission of the foundation is to fund select educational, scientific, literary projects, and philanthropy. The funding for this foundation comes from two primary sources: the money that we receive from leases we have with tenants in the building we own, and from returns on our investments. I am proud to say that the building is currently 100% occupied, which in this economic environment is an enormous achievement, and which provides us with significant cash flow for the foundation projects, two of which I'd like to report on today. But before I go ahead, I'd be remiss if I didn't really give out a big thank you to the staff, especially Robin, for their enormous efforts in getting this building, not only upgraded but fully leased out. It's a really big deal for the foundation, and a lot of excellent work by the staff to make sure that happens. So a big thank you from me on that. So let me go on and talk about the two key foundation projects, which are Defeat Hunger and the Career Development Scholarship Program. I am particularly proud to inform you that in October last year, we completed our most successful Defeat Hunger campaign to date, generating over 350,000 meals for the over 800,000 food insecure people of Cook County, Illinois. Thanks to this result, since its launch in 2013, Defeat Hunger has delivered over 2.5 million meals to those in need. Just a startling achievement. Not only have our contributions been appreciated by the Greater Chicago Food Depository, but they've also been recognized by the City of Chicago as well. I'd like to say a sincere thank you to the many members who have donated to the various Defeat Hunger campaigns and helped to make this possible. In particular, I'd like to highlight two members for their especially generous donations. Those are Butterball, who donated over 1,000 turkeys to this campaign, and Nation Pizza, which donated over 12,000 frozen pizzas. All of these donations help the Food Depository in its mission to battle food insecurity. And I'm especially proud today that the FPSA membership and our trade show has been and continues to be the only organization that gives back to those in need in such an impactful level. We could not do it without you. The other program I want to report on today is the Career Development Scholarship Program. The foundation shows its support for future generations by way of continued investment to help cultivate the next generation of industry leaders. This scholarship program not only provides assistance to future leaders, but serves as an additional benefit of being a member of FPSA. As all applicants for the scholarship program must be related to employees of FPSA member companies or are currently working for one of our members. In 2023, the Foundation Board further strengthened this program by increasing the number of scholarships to 20, as well as increasing the award to $10,000 each for these well-deserving applicants. So to be aware, the submission period for these awards this year closes on April 17th. So the deadline's approaching quickly. And we encourage all candidates to submit their applications as soon as possible. The good news is last year we received more applications than ever, and we expect even more applications this year. I encourage you to go to the FPSA website and download the promotional piece that is pictured here, or will be pictured here. Post it in your break room, cafeteria, and encourage all who are qualified to complete and submit their application. Before concluding my report today, I would also like to update you on one of our other important aspects of the foundation that they've been working on, the Food Industry Technician Program, also known as FIT. We are pleased to report that during this past year, our FIT program achieved a period of substantial growth. The FIT program not only grew in physical size by adding additional equipment, more instructors, and the addition of Lincoln Tech campuses that host feeder programs to FIT, but FIT also increased the technicians coming out of the program by over 50%. In 2024, FIT's attention will not only be centered on maintaining a high standard for our current program, but also developing opportunities for employers that have struggled with success and need to find more skilled technicians for their businesses to thrive. Further, we will in earnest begin tackling the development of an expansion of our program by adding a training component for larger processing companies, wherein they would be able to send newly hired employees to our current FIT program, or alternatively, a customized training program dedicated to them. In closing, I'd like to thank you all for your involvement in FPSA and for your support. I really hope to see you all in sunny California next month. And that is the end of my report. And the only thing left is to officially call for the adjournment of our annual meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Move.
A second?
Second.
Great. Thank you all. And thank you for attending this virtual meeting today. And I look forward to seeing you next month at the spring conference.
Nice job, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Second that. Wonderful.
Great job.
Thank you.
Excellent.